All right, guys, welcome back to Middle Class Reactions. This is the section of Trump's address to the nation where he goes over the economy. A lot of this just straight up pissed me off, so I'm going to let him give his address, and then we'll talk about it at the end. So stay tuned.
The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get.
All right, guys, so that's kind of what he went over on the economy. So just a few things here. It's like, and Biden did the same thing. It's like they talk like we can't see what's going on. Trump says, "Oh, we have the greatest economy ever. It's the best economy. It's doing so good." And what this is a numbers go up argument. Oh, the stock market's doing great, so the economy's doing great. Oh, the Dow's over 50,000, so the economy's doing great. But here's the reality: gas in Fort Worth, Texas, is $3.89 a gallon. That's asinine. It 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago, I was paying $2.05. $3.89 a gallon right now is complete insanity. The country's $39 trillion in debt. We don't have the money for this war. We're spending around $2.5 billion a day on the war in Iran right now. We don't have the money for that. Trump says, "Oh, there's been $18 trillion of investments." So here's the thing: we've had $18 trillion of pretty much IOUs and promises. None of that's came to fruition yet. We haven't seen any of that money. Which, granted, someone's going to be in the comment section. "Oh, hey, well, this takes time." 100%. But he's acting like we have, someone cuts a check for $18 trillion. That's not what happened. We have $18 trillion of IOUs, and hey, I promise we're going to build, which is great. That's progress. But it's not like we have those yet. So, to be very clear, we do not have $18 trillion of current investment. We have $18 trillion of promises of future investments, which, again, awesome. I love that. We don't have that right now. So to be very clear on that. And if we're the #1 producer of oil and gas in the world, which I just double checked, we are. Russia is second, Saudi Arabia is third. Why is my gas in Fort Worth $3.89 a gallon? And why is what's going on in the Middle East and what's going through the Hormuz Strait, why is it affecting me? We're the #1 producer of oil and gas. Why am I hurting here in the homeland? And then one thing to touch again back on the economy side, he said that under the last administration we were a dead and crippling country. I don't really disagree with that. And Trump under Biden, it's kind of funny. He called it Biden economics. Trump signed the same spending bill. like the same one, but with a more government spending added into it, like $1 trillion defense budget. Financially speaking, and this is going to piss a lot of people off if this video ever goes viral, financially speaking, Trump's no better than Biden at all. Again, he's got a bunch of investment promises, but we haven't seen that money yet. Yeah, we're at $39 trillion in debt, almost to $40 trillion, and it's not going to get better. So, economy-wise, we're no better than we were under Biden. Affordability-wise, no better than we were under Biden. I was lived in Washington State under most of Biden, almost all of Biden, actually. And the life was no more affordable, is no more affordable now than it was when I was in Washington State. But now I'm in Texas. You know, real estate's cheaper here, yeah, but I can't afford to go buy the real estate. And this is one thing, again, that a lot of, you know, older people like my grandparents' age and a lot of politicians don't understand. Hey, the stock market's doing great. Cool. I can't afford to get into the stock market. Most people my age, I'm 26. Most people my age can't afford it. I can't afford a house. I can't afford property. And I'm a security director for an entire hospital network. Like I make good money for my age. I'm in a very high position for my age. I'm doing very well, financially speaking. Like supposedly, you know, when I make almost 70 grand a year in North Texas, that's supposed to be good. I can't afford to get into the stock market. I can't afford to invest. I can't afford to buy property. So, like, yeah, the people who are already invested are doing, you know, the stock market's doing great. Cool. I can't afford that. So, like, the stock market could fall out right now, just crash. It would have no effect on me. I would not be losing a single dime. It would actually help because then I could actually afford to buy into some things. Same thing with the housing market. I hope the housing market just bursts and crashes because then I can actually afford a freaking house. So economy-wise, it's like they just put a blindfold on. And again, Biden did the same thing where they're like, hey, we know that you think the economy's bad, but no. You just don't understand the economy. It's actually doing really good. Sorry, it's not. Financially, life is not super fantastic. It's not easy. So, you know, this is a topic that really, really gets under my skin, be it the president makes this argument or, you know, my grandparents make this argument, whoever it is. But that's where he talks about the economy. So I'm going to break down this last section. It's another 5 or 6 minutes in the third video of this breakdown. So stay tuned for it. Like, share, subscribe, do all the stuff you know you need to, and I'll catch you in the next one.